This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. Take it easy on Joe Biden, okay? Take it easy. He's still recovering from the news of the sudden passing of Crazy Town frontman Shifty Shellshock. Butterfly is totally Joe's morning jam. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Come, my Livecast, come, my Livecast.
Isn't that what he sang to Kamala when he was asking her to be the vice president?
Kamala.
Sure.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close.
I
But welcome.
mean, if Joe Biden said it, it probably sounded nothing like that.
How did it sound, Darren?
Oh, no. So more like the backing vocals.
Hello.
It's
Welcome.
Saturday. It's the final Saturday of June.
And
Summer's over.
Based on the debate,
The
it is
debate.
the final Saturday of the end of the world because of our leaders.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
Well,
It's,
happy Pride weekend, Rob. That too. You excited?
It is New York Pride weekend.
Joe Biden was at Stonewall yesterday. Did you see that?
That makes one of us.
Oh.
He thought he was at Stonewall.
He thought he was at the memorial for Stonewall Jackson. He got very
honestly
confused.
I forgive. I forgive is the wrong term. I enjoy most of the Pride pandering. Like, for example, the Mets had Mr. and Mrs. Mets dressed up in like rainbow colors, and they had their logo with the Pride colors.
I mean,
inside
that's a little
the
cowardly.
NY.
Let's have Mr. Met sucking off a dude.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
Mrs.
was
Met,
hoping,
like,
like the Philly Fanatic
Bush.
would come over, and then like they could have a cuck situation where Mrs.
Yeah.
Met is the cuck. That
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be nice.
or at least like
That
the-
would be a
the
true
Astros-
Pride night. Or get Mr. Met in some leather gear. Get him in like one of those harnesses, like some Rob Halford gear.
I bet that Photoshop already exists. I bet it's out.
I mean, look, they have Grimace now. Him and Grimace could be making out. I guess Grimace is a non-binary, right?
Grimace
You
is
can't
an
really-
alien. I don't think Grimace even
Well,
has
non-binary. Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. He's non-binary.
He encompasses. They encompass all genders.
encompass. Rob, a way to sexualize everything. A beautiful, friendly day at the ballpark. Kid-friendly.
It's Pride, baby.
You want people in gimp suits walking down third
I
base.
don't want people in gimp suits. It could be pleather. I don't want it. It doesn't have to be real leather.
Oh,
but the pleather is a little.
The type of leather is what makes it sexual or not. How the sexual scale is determined.
Well, I mean, there is a leather community that take it very seriously, and if you were to
Okay.
wear the fake leather, they wouldn't be. You'd be kind of a poser in their world.
Shame. Who'd want to be that?
I mean, they'd still fuck you, but they just would think less of you.
Harder though, like they punish you for it.
They talk shit about you after you leave, but they'll still fuck you.
Speaking of hard fucking, there's a pertinent question in the chat.
I wonder why this didn't come up in the debate. Saucy Kev asks, "You think Biden is a creamer or a squirter?"
I know what a squirter is. What's a creamer?
Well, maybe he's saying, does Biden finish inside or outside? Would that work?
Maybe that's it, or is it just like squirting is when it like the fluid shoots out of the vagina. Creaming is more, I guess,
Maybe
if
just
it's
like
a
leaks
trickle.
out, like
like
trickle
little
out,
white
like the
trickle.
cream
Biden
out of
has
a donut.
We're
I would.
pausing,
Biden. I don't think he's got the strength down there to squirt.
I would say he's a duster. It's just.
Yeah.
So he's got a vagina now? Is this what we're
No,
did he
just
become
when he ejaculates, it's dust.
I
Yeah.
understand that.
It's so
but
dry.
The question seems to be positing that Joe Biden has a cooch.
That's what the fucking woke left wants, right?
Yeah, they want a non-binary.
Is this what we're like when we get old? We have our penises fall off and we get vaginas.
Well, Biden is probably being laced. Every food he eats is laced with estrogen now. So
Is it Jill
He's
doing it, or
naturally-
is it the
Yeah.
staff? Who's
I
who's
do
doing
love
that?
this new narrative now that Jill is his puppet master.
Yeah.
Just because, Well, I mean, someone's got to be leading him.
Yeah, we gotta hope
she's
somebody's in charge.
She's the Sharon to his Ozzy, to give a metal analogy.
Didn't you see the other day he did some like sit down interview with a journalist of some kind, and afterwards they showed him with Jill Biden, and she goes, "Joe, you answered every question."
That was after the debate. That was right after the debate.
No, I don't think that was before the debate.
No, that was immediately after the debate.
I thought that was a different, like, there was after an interview with.
I'm positive.
Are we now debating about the debating?
I'll cue up the clip of somebody reads Saucy Kev's comment.
You know when you pull out the meat stick out of the holster and there's some white stuff on it? Yeah, that's the cream.
There you go. But that might be. But is that your cream or their cream?
Yeah. Well, the holster would be before you've used it, I would think.
No, I think the holster is the vagina. No.
When you take it out of the holster is like when you take the gun out of the holster is when you're going to shoot somebody. So to me, the holster would be your drawers. But I don't know.
Saucy Kev, you're going to have to be way more literal with us. It's too early in the morning for us to fully pick up what you're throwing down. Just spell it out like we're idiots.
Yeah, you're talking about his cock. Talk about his cock.
There it is. This is the footage. It's from the post-debate celebration in Atlanta.
I don't think this is what I was referring to. I thought there was.
Oh, well, check it out.
Maybe there's another one then.
You did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
Look at the smile.
Well, I don't think she means congratulations because you were able to say words. I think she means Trump didn't answer the questions.
I know.
Joe actually did, I guess.
That's fair. But also, like, this motion, she looks like a hardcore singer. I want to see you open up that pit. Let's go.
That Atlanta Circle pit.
Oh, my God. She looks like Henry Winkler in drag.
What?
That's Dr. Henry Winkler in drag. Anyway, so this wasn't the clip that you're talking about?
It's very similar. I mean, maybe it is. I might be confusing them, but maybe she just does this all the time.
Yeah, I would not be surprised.
You did so well. Like, she's what's her name? Kris Jenner.
Throws a sardine in his mouth.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Who does Kris Jenner say that to?
There's the footage of like it's like a meme now where it's Kim Kardashian and one of her daughters just in the skimpiest outfit on a photo shoot, just looking all sexual, and Kris is just off to the side with her camera phone, just being like, "You're doing great, sweetie," and what she's complimenting is her just being.
Was that the Ray J video? Was she off camera?
This is from the
she was the fluffer in the
yes,
Ray J video.
I'm sure she would have been if need be.
Did you ever see the Lonely Island video with Michael Bolton called Captain Jack Sparrow?
Uh-huh.
That's who there's a scene in that where Michael Bolton is in drag and plays Erin Brockovich. That's who Jill Biden looks like.
Is that worse for Michael Bolton or Jill Biden? I don't know who that's more offensive to.
I mean, probably more to Jill Biden because she looks like that every day, and Michael Bolton was just doing a comedy bit.
I suppose, but that's probably the best Michael Bolton's looked in a while.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good looking guy.
Think they ever hooked up? He's probably a donor. He's probably met Jill.
I don't know. What are his politics? I
have to think that Michael Bolton is left leaning.
Because he's so like unoffensive, you mean?
Let's see what Google says. Democratic Party. Oh wait, this is a Michael Bolton who ran for Kansas House of Representatives.
Here's the Chris.
Get this off. I want to see Michael Bolton in drag.
Kim, you're doing amazing, sweetie.
Push this knee out.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Push.
Joe Francis.
That's
no!
Joe Francis.
What?
What a transition! Beautiful. All right.
Wait, she transitioned too? Both of them. Wow.
Don't worry, folks, though. Joe Biden not dropping out of the election, he said, and he's looking forward to the next.
He might drop dead.
So that's 100% more likely than him dropping out. I would
From
say.
his cold, dead hands, they will pry the nomination. We're all very excited.
It was a tough watch on both ends, I would say. Well, it was kind of comical for me. For me, I'm already resigned to that both of them suck. So
I think
it was
most
a
of
way.
America. Well,
Yeah.
I guess
But
Trump supporters don't think he sucks, but I feel like most Biden supporters would even admit in private that
Well, I was
it's
talking
not
to
great. But
I was talking to Rob the other day. What's very freeing about this is just that to have no investment, like what you just said is true. That most of the Biden supporters think he's repulsive, but Trump is that amount X amount
Yeah.
worse. But they still have to be invested in that paradigm. They have to be invested in Joe Biden winning, which is a frightening thought to me.
well, there are
Whereas
real life consequences for certain groups of people.
I think there's real life well, how about consequences for Gazan children?
Well,
There's
they're fucked either way, so that's a completely irrelevant issue to this election.
they have been killed at a much greater rate since Joe Biden took over.
You think that's going to stop when Trump is in charge?
I don't know. I think it's a complete wild card, but I don't think it's automatically going to get worse either. We're getting off the topic.
Let's just say that it won't get better.
I think to be invested in one of these guys winning is extremely frightening to me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm glad that I am not invested in either one of these guys winning.
Yeah, it makes it a much easier watch. But even that, I could only stomach like half an hour of the debate.
I'm so fucking mad at my mom. The morning of the debate, my mom's like, "You're going to watch, right? So we can talk about it." And I was not planning on watching. But when she said that, I felt so bad. Like we have so little to gossip or just talk shit about that I was like, for her, I will watch because she's going to want to talk about it tomorrow. And I want to be able to have a conversation with my elderly mom. 2 fucking days have passed. She hasn't brought it up once.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck did I sit through that for?
Bait and
God
switch.
damn it, Mom.
I do love also that you're not about to bring it up. You don't want to talk about it.
I've been busy. Maybe tomorrow morning when I talk to her. But, I haven't had time these last few days. I figured she would.
What can you even say? How about the debate, huh, Mom?
You could say, open this pit up.
I'll tell you what bothered me the most about this debate is that it makes Trump the guy that has to stand there and refute what Joe Biden is saying, and then nothing gets refuted because Trump is also a right-wing piece of shit. So it allows Biden to stand there and say all these horrible things about Israel and about.
Did they even talk about Israel?
Yeah, remember he said now I'm gonna blank on it. He said something.
No, Trump kept saying none of this would have happened if I was president. I don't really remember what Biden said.
It's so hard because he's so incoherent.
Yeah,
I remember him saying something about we cannot stop arming Israel. And what's Trump gonna do?
Oh yeah, he said something like, "I just the bomb. I still funded them, but I just didn't give them this one specific bomb that it causes too many casualties." Right. But we're still giving them everything else they want, basically.
And is Trump going to stand there and go, maybe you shouldn't give them any weapons? Of course not. So and it's the same on the border. They're both arguing about who's better at arresting people at the border. So that's what's the most depressing thing about this to me is that you got a guy who represents Biden, who's the president, represents everything shitty about this country, and then the opponent is running to his right, It's I'll be better at arresting people.
Here's the thing, yeah, for me, what was stunning was Biden comes out and you're like, oh, he's coming out rough, he's stammering a little. Okay, maybe that first answer was bad. Let me see how the second one is, and then it just gets worse and worse, and then it gets the crescendo of embarrassment of secondhand cringe.
That's the episode title, by the way.
We talked about this last week where for me, with Biden now, it's gotten to a point where I'm not even necessarily, I am mad at him, but there's a part of me also that feels sorry for him that oh, why are you this old man, go lay down. And
I think that's what Lindsey Graham said after the debate, by the way, almost word for word. So you're in good company, Rob.
Well, would it be the first time we agree on something?
Oh, shit.
Talking about the bathhouses, folks. All right. but then it got to this point where I'm like, oh, it's very hard for Biden to recover from this moment. And this was like 50 minutes in.
Move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look,
That was the most devastating
Brutal.
thing about all of this. And this is like, I don't know if this was planned out or what, but the way Trump, and I hate saying anything positive about him, but the way he didn't even like sort of like drive the knife in further on Biden, but sort of acted like he felt bad for him at times.
Yeah.
was so fucking brutal.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Because everything we know about Trump tells us that he wants to fucking just kick shit in his face, and even he like had to like hold back and be like, I don't know what he's saying, man. I feel bad. I think he means well, but
also, in a way, I feel like these rules were in, like Sid, I think you and I were talking about it during the debate. Like the rules were in his favor that he couldn't talk over him and interrupt.
protected Trump from being Trumpy.
Yeah,
in bad
it just made him look more cordial.
And I think Trump also has some like savant level skill of knowing what to give to red meat to his people, and I think it would look bad. He's not doing it to be nice. Like he thinks it would make him look worse to like trample Joe Biden. In
You
this
think so?
Vegetative.
I feel like
state
his
that
people would prefer that.
To be honest, I can't imagine like that subdued burn was more effective than if he was way more over.
Yes.
Because it's the type of burn where it's like, who could disagree with that? Like, and that was edited down. Like that was like a 2-minute stammer that Biden had. Where when Trump said that, it was like that's exactly what I was. I was like, what are you even? I can't even process what you're trying to say.
The voice
and
of
then.
people.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. But then, like 2 seconds later, he's going on to talk about how Democrats want to abort the babies after they're out of the womb, which is like, what?
And what about Joe Biden stammering about incest? Also, what was that?
Oh yes, yeah.
That
That's the thing. It's like once they got into abortion, which was like 20 minutes in, Trump was like really flailing, and this could have been a moment where Biden could have easily recovered, and yet again, he just went further, like dug his hole even further.
Yeah, I think if like Trump just stomped a mud hole in him and gave him a stone cold stunner and all that stuff, I think it would become like the Black Mirror episode where the guy's fucking the pig. Like everybody thinks. Sorry, spoiler alert. Everybody thinks they want to see that.
First episode of the series. I think. I hope people have seen that one by now.
Like even the Trump voters, I think, would look at the TV and be like, I don't necessarily think I want this. This is like, I don't like the guy, but this is just inhumane and disgusting. Like Biden is in that territory, I think.
Jesus. Yeah.
And then we got to this. This was definitely the low light of the debate.
that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be.
Look at how awake
smart,
Biden is all of a
and
sudden.
you have to be able to hit the ball a long way, and I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't. Hit a ball
Okay,
50
just
yards.
pause
He
here for a
challenged me to
second.
golf match.
So when this happened, I was like, all right, Biden's awake, and he sees how ridiculous Trump is being right now. He's going to fucking destroy him because it's so fucking easy. And instead, he just gets into an argument with him about his golf game.
Yeah.
Like, he just goes right down to his level. It's such
I'm good at golf too.
the worst. The worst.
He can't
The
hit a ball
fucking
50
worst.
yards.
I get above
I
51
think I'm
yards.
in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter.
A little bit
But
lighter.
I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced them. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great
Same
guy, when he
fucking
was White House
story
Secretary,
over and
there's
over.
Another one, a similar one.
Yeah, was
And
it
both- one
woman,
of them said
man,
they'd never seen
person,
anybody
host,
ace them.
car?
No, I mean the doctor's name. Like
You
he,
see,
like
he
they
is
showed footage from like a
65
rally a
on
week
Twitter.
ago where he got the doctor's name wrong
Oh, did he? I don't even
Yeah.
know the doctor's name. But...
because he's
Oh,
like a congressman in Texas now. He's like a MAGA.
Oh, because he gave him a cognitive test. Now he's a congressman.
Yeah.
Ah, I didn't know that.
USA.
I missed that.
5 and only 223 pounds, 235 pounds.
23rd, 5
6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway, just take a look at what he says. And take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him.
Unreal.
I got my handicap. which
Neither
put
one
him
of these people
by
should be allowed to
stressing
drive.
down to a 6.
Let's be honest.
Even
And,
the
by
golf
the way,
version of driving.
Yes,
I told you
you
before,
might
I'm
hit
happy
someone.
to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you
Oh,
can do it?
he thought that was going to be such a zinger.
It's a
Play
6
that back,
handicap
please.
of
You
all.
Yeah.
can't even
I'm
hear
just-
it.
I'm just blown away that like they think to do like
This-
they were just talking about people's life or death situation with
Yeah.
people and now they're just talking about fucking God like
It's the.
but hold on, this the worst part is still yet to come.
And by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. You can
Boom!
do it.
Got him.
That's the biggest lie that he's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
That's the biggest lie.
8.
Not about Israel.
Yeah.
You know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
President Trump was
That was my favorite part. Trump cut things that well to be honest, though, he instigated this, but then ended going, let's not act like children.
You know what?
Again,
that
has
was
more.
fucking devastating. But the other thing I'm confused by isn't one of the rules of this that when one person is talking, the other one's mic is off.
Right. They
So how did
well
they get to have that back and forth?
at some point they do allow. They did like bump Trump's mic up
Yeah.
to allow him to retort it. And it's so that's the other insane thing, how fucking ridiculous this whole charade is. Like, this is the question where they're allowed to go back and forth, not immigration, not abortion, not like actual serious issues, but golf.
Because this is
Well,
the
the
one
question
thing they
wasn't
actually
about
disagree
golf.
on.
But
Yeah.
still, but just the topic here, like exactly. If they were arguing about something else, they probably wouldn't have. I remember very early on, both of them tried to respond to like one thing the other said at the end of their 1 minute retort, and the moderator's like, "No, we got to move on." And it's just like, well, they made a pretty wild accusation there. Like either way, so it was just a fucking ridiculous thing on all fronts. Anyway, we don't have to spend too much time on it.
Oh, really? I
Jesper in the chat had an interesting observation. I don't know if I agree, but I feel like we should at least bring this up.
He says, I know you don't like Trump, but Biden's like an old, senile Dave Mustaine.
Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah.
What makes him like Dave Mustaine? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm very curious. What,
Other than being old, but
or like
Joe's-
appearance? What do you? Please follow up, Jesper, if you can.
Dave Mustaine also shits himself.
Probably.
I think maybe also like Dave Mustaine starts beefs and then looks completely lost in the middle of the beef. That could be.
I do
Or
want to mention. So
Is Biden
we
a
don't-
Dewclaw?
the thing about the thing about this that's so crazy to me too is like Trump looks like the normal one right now, which is like before the debate. Trump had some sort of rally, I think in Vegas, in DC. And he said so many crazy things. I pulled so many of these little quotes, these 20-second clips of him talking. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so fun to talk about. And in a way, they're a little dated now because it's like, well, they're not because they're still hilarious. So here's one thing.
Tough. They're so tough.
He's talking about immigration.
Dana White. Did anyone ever hear of Dana White? He's a legend, right? UFC. Ultimate fighter. Ultimate fighting. And he's a fantastic man. I said, Dana, I have an idea. Why don't you set up a migrant league of fighters and have your regular league of fighters? And then you have the champion of your league. These are the greatest fighters in the world.
Could I
fight the champion of the migrants. I think the migrant guy might win. That's how tough they are.
I think the migrant guy might win.
It's the Jiminy Glick impression. I'm pretty sure this is a variation of a joke that was made at the Tom Brady roast about Dana White, who was there at the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah. I actually know what you're talking
Right?
about. Yeah.
Like, was it
Yeah,
Tony Hinchcliffe
right.
that made some joke about...
I have
He
the
didn't
best
like-
jokes. I make all the best jokes.
I want to hear that.
You have the
again.
champion of your league. These are the greatest fighters in the world. Fight the champion of the migrants. I think the migrant guy might win. That's how tough they are.
I've
He didn't like
worked this
that idea
out.
too
We
much,
get.
but actually,
We have a
not the worst.
32-person bracket. I have a chart right here. you're from Guatemala, Honduras, you get a bye.
Of course, last week we talked about his electric boat versus shark dilemma, where what happens if the electric boat is sinking and there's a shark coming. If you stay on the boat, you're going to get electrocuted.
Right.
If you jump off the boat, the shark is going to eat you. Trump says, I gotta take my chances with the shark. You know,
The ocean is lava.
so now he followed up because that became a meme. He addressed it again at this.
Is he just gonna do Klosterman questions at every podium now?
Feels like it.
You have a shark coming after you, and then you've got a speedboat, but it's electrical and it might sink.
Also, I'm just blown away that this channel, which I believe is a streaming only channel, I don't think it's over the air, but they're just having Trump banner ads.
Well, so are
on
we
his
technically right now.
campaign. Yeah, that's true. Let's see if I can hide.
Do
this.
not
Nope,
text
I can't.
hat to 8802.
Yeah,
You're
don't
zooming
do
in
it.
on the ad, Rob.
Oh, I'm fixing it. There we go.
They wanted to. Now they'll say, "Oh, these stories are terrible." But these stories have, you heard my story in the boat with the shark, right? I got killed on that. They thought I was rambling. I'm not rambling. They want to make boats, and they are demanding that they be all
Rolling down.
I love it.
battery operated, all electric. And I was in South Carolina at this wonderful family boatyard. The big yard make a lot of boats, from 17, like fishing boats, 17 to 30 feet. And I said, how's everything going? No good. They want us to go all electric. I said, well, would that work? No, because it's so heavy, we can't get the boat to float. The battery is so heavy. So then I started talking about asking questions, I had an uncle who was a great professor at MIT for many years. I think the longest tenure ever, very smart.
The
Three
longest
different
tenure ever.
degrees. And,
Thomas
so I have an
Alva
attitude for
Trump.
things. There is such a thing as an aptitude. I said, well, what would happen if this boat is so heavy and started to sink and you're on the top of the boat? Do you get electrocuted or not?
doing
In
the
other words,
Stewart
the boat
voice
is going
again.
down and you're on the top.
I don't want to get
Will
in.
the electric currents flow through the water and wipe you out?
I don't want to get
And
eaten by
let's
a
say
shark.
there's a shark about 10 yards over there. Would I have to immediately abandon or could I ride the electric down? And I said, sir, nobody's ever asked us that question.
I believe that.
But, sir, I don't know. I said,
Like,
I
he's
wanna
doing
know
fucking
because I
great
guarantee one
material.
thing,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't care
doing,
what
like,
happens. I'm staying with the
self-deprecating
electric.
humor.
I'm
Like,
not
this is
getting
a
over
dumb
it.
question.
So I
don't
tell
know.
that story. It's, just fun. And the fake news, they go, he told this crazy story with electric. And
Right,
it's
because he's
actually
not
crazy.
presidential.
It's sort of a
We
smart
know
story,
that
right?
going
Sort of like,
in.
it's like the snake. It's a smart. When you figure what you're leaving in, right? You're bringing it in. The snake, right? The snake. And the snake, I tell that. And they
What?
do the same thing. What?
I don't know.
All right.
What the snake? What's the snake?
I don't know. Here's another
Airports
one.
where flights are being delayed 4 days, where people are pitching tents in an airport because their flight is so, it's never going to even happen. We've never had
pitching a
problems
tent
like
right
this.
now.
What
I'm
you're
not even
seeing
in
in the
there.
last 2 years, we've never seen anything like it. And we become like, we are a failing nation. We've become a third world nation in many ways. Our elections are third world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Our airports are being run.
When his eyes are closed, it looks like they're open. Like, look at this. That's so weird. Looks like his.
Airports are being run so badly.
He looks
It's
like
so
Eric
badly.
Stoltz
It's not
in
even
Mask.
conceivable. People go. The other night, I had somebody going to the airport, and they called up 2 days later to tell me that they've never gotten out. I said, "But where are you? Still at the airport?" And it was like 2 days before. And this is common now. And when you look at our airports where flights.
This is common now. So
Sure.
that wasn't as good. One more, and then we'll wrap up the crazy Trump pull quotes for the day. This is about CVS.
Convenience stores are closing down left and right. The pharmacies have to lock up. The soap. You want to buy a little bar of soap? You got to go through a big deal. Open up the glass. Open up the steel.
You want to buy a little bar of soap? When was the last time Trump I bought a little bar of soap. I put them in the car. I want to go to CVS. I want to buy a little
Gotta
bar
get that
of
Irish
soap.
Spring.
I was in Rite Aid the other day.
They asked me if I was a member. I gave them my
I want to
number.
buy a little. I want to buy a little deodorant, and all I gotta go behind the thing. It's like I'm in a maximum security prison. Like I'm gonna shank
Oh, man.
somebody. I'm gonna shank somebody with the deodorant. It's ridiculous. I like you see that you're absolutely right. He doesn't know what happens in a Walgreens, but I find that I have this say like I hate.
I mean,
the
I do
phenomenon.
agree.
But he
Yeah,
doesn't.
no.
He's hearing it secondhand. Like he's
Yes.
the soap
Yeah.
is not behind a fucking thing. The soap is out on the shelf. It's
Yeah.
like razor blades. And
Well,
shit
the
like that.
like the body wash soap is behind. Honestly, like
is that
every
what he
time,
meant? Sorry, Trump
Yeah,
is
I don't
right. I
know.
apologize.
every
He said a
time,
bar of soap.
I feel like every time I go into a Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, more shit is like ridiculous stuff is behind.
Yeah,
The like candy bars now. It's like, well, what? It's like
it's the only reason they have employees anymore. The fucking
To
cashier
go
is
and unlock
automated.
the
Yeah,
cage.
it's just people standing around waiting to unlock stuff.
stupid. But let's hear that.
Pharmacies have to lock up the soap.
So
Soap. You want
Sofa.
to buy a little bar of soap? You got to go through a big deal. Open up.
I
the
just wanna
soap.
hear
You
it.
want to buy a little bar?
Is
of
that
soap?
guy on
little
the
bar of
right
soap?
You gotta go-
wearing pajamas?
Who?
The guy on the
Over
right.
here.
Yeah, is he in pajamas?
it's just a floral print.
It's a
He's
very
sleeping over like they do at the airports.
very diverse crowd. Look at that behind them.
You want to buy a little
Is that
bar of
Tia
soap?
Carrere
You
with
gotta
the
go
vote
through a
Donald
big
Trump
deal.
sign?
Open up the glass.
Wayne's
Open
World?
up the steel. You can't keep a bar of soap. People walk in, they just take it. You can't buy toothpaste. You can't buy a toothbrush. You want a toothbrush, it takes you 45 minutes. The convenience stores are
I love it. I mean, the toothbrushes I don't think are behind, but the paste is for sure. It's ridiculous. Well, so when I'm president, there will be no lockups at the CVS. Everything will be open.
We'll
You get your
we'll
little-
take
you
the
get your-
toothpaste out of the cages and put children back in them.
Yes, there will be. Yeah, never mind.
You'll be able to get your little bar of soaps. Everyone gets a little bar of soap when I'm president.
Just don't drop it.
Many people are saying they like the little bar of soaps. I prefer a liquid body wash personally.
No, he does not. There's no way.
I think Trump standing next to Joe Biden is just really like. I think people were already like kind of drifting away from Joe Biden. Like he's like hemorrhaging Black and Latino voters now, and once he stands next to Biden, it's like it's like it's not making them like Trump, but I feel like it's allowing them to
Opt
like
out.
yeah, it's allowing them to just be like this is justifying my decision.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm saying nobody of those switching voters really likes Trump either, I feel like. But it's
Yeah.
like, well, the world's going to shit anyway. The leader's going to be an old, crazy, senile white man anyway. Let's go back to when I had a little bit more money, is what it feels like.
Yep. It's great.
Man.
Everything's great. Awesome country. It's just
And
thrilling.
look, here's a Trump supporter calling into C-SPAN. I wanted to play
Oh
this.
boy.
So there's this rumor on TikTok that they're going to replace Biden on the ticket. And Jesse Waters was on Fox just the other day talking about it. Is there any truth to this?
Are you going to vote for Biden or a replacement?
I just take
No,
calls.
ma'am, of course not. I don't care what parts on who Donald Trump touches and who he brags to about it. I love Donald Trump. I would only adore him more personally if he were to molest my mother.
What?
This show is
There's this rumor
notorious
on
for getting
TikTok
phony phone calls.
Yeah.
There's hours and
that
hours of
they're
this
going to
on
replace
YouTube.
Biden on the ticket.
A lot of it's like they'll engage the person with like a minute worth of political stuff, and then they'll just go
Yeah.
Howard Stern's penis.
Yeah, they on John Oliver's show every few times a season they'll do like a supercut of the latest batch of these crank calls.
It's great. There's some reason they can't. Maybe they don't screen it because they know they're a meme already.
They've got to fill time, man. They're desperate. They'll take it. Something.
But the person always gets annoyed, so it makes me feel like the tech people are in on it, and the host isn't.
It might just be the call screener. Like, we got nothing else going on. Let me just.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. The guy looks over like. Huh? He did the De Niro there. What was that?
Anyway, make sure to register to vote, folks.
I was going to mention that though. That like this is the first time. Like Biden has been like this for ages, but this is the first time it seems like there's a coordinated effort to like trounce him in the media now. Like immediately they turned on a dime. It was always like, oh, he's just stuttering. How dare you attack someone with a stutter? And all of a sudden, it's like one day later, it's like unfit for office, like in the New York Times. He has to go.
But they're all backing off of that now.
I didn't look at it
feel
today.
like.
I don't know. I didn't
Even
look.
Quickman Cometh in the chat was like, a lot of pundits on the night of were really bashing Biden on how bad he was. The next night they were talking about how useless debates are and how his performance in it has nothing to do with his abilities as a president.
I mean, Obama put the word out. That's why they all got in line.
You know, if only.
Well,
If only it was that easy.
so, well, I mean, it's just amazing to me. Like, so let's just say that's not true. Let's say they do want to get rid of Biden. The fact that they can just put someone else there and that's our choice. Like, wasn't there a point where we had a say in this? You know, what?
But these are like the rules for this exist. They're on the books. This is something that can happen. It won't happen, but it is a thing that can happen.
I agree that it's a thing that can happen. It's just disgusting. Like, so what was the point of having primaries then?
I mean, this year, no, there was no point. It was a formality.
But again, so the point of having primaries is for people to say Joe Biden's a vegetable. Can we pick someone else as a group of people of 300 million people or 150 million people? Because it's half of the people. Let's pick someone else. No, we can't do that. It's a formality. He's the incumbent. Well, now that exact scenario happened. He's a vegetable, and they're saying we're gonna. So basically, it's just sidestepping, allowing people being able to do it, and letting the elites do it. What I mean, how does that? How do we just not knock buildings over? I mean, it's just mind blowing.
Too lazy.
Yeah, we're just used to it.
This is above and beyond the shit that we're used to. I feel like it's each successive election becomes more and more undemocratic and ridiculous.
Jesper in the chat says he's sitting here in his house in Denmark waiting for Denmark to play in the Euros, but I'm following your politics and I'm amazed and amused, I must say. We have 10 political parties here and a lot to choose from, but your system seems all about money and nothing about how to do the best thing for your citizens.
That's always been the case. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Yeah.
Nailed it.
In music news, we do want to say a rest in peace to Shifty Shellshock.
Oh.
Very sad. He died of an accidental overdose. Substance abuse is no laughing matter, and it is a bummer that he was not able to clean himself up. In all seriousness, in all sincerity.
And now we're not going to get any more fun clips to play of him.
That's the important thing here.
I mean, selfishly speaking, yes.
Not his family or anything like that.
Did he have a family?
He must have had his family at some point. You know, like maybe not children or a wife,
hope not.
but like other people.
Is there a little Shifty?
Little
Shifty
short,
Junior?
mini shortcake. Personal sized shortcake.
Individually wrapped shortcake.
A ring ding, maybe.
Let's see, did he have children? They had a son. So he has he has two sons. He has a son named Halo and a son named Gage. My apologies to Halo and Gage.
Oh.
Two kids that were definitely not named after video games.
What's
Definitely.
the Gage?
Gage is a video game?
Oh no, that was Legend of Cage.
Oh,
Never mind.
I remember that one.
It's okay. There's one kid was named after a video game. The other kid was named after an ear piercing.
Well, Halo is a word that existed before the video game.
Come on, be real. It is Shifty. We know what he's about.
Maybe it's like an angel. Got a halo.
Sure. Well, now Shifty's the angel with the halo.
The child is Shifty's halo. I don't know. Anywho, in lighter news, there was a Limp Bizkit concert.
Oh no! Shit, that's terrible. Oh wait, there's more.
And this happened.
Well, we gonna do it tonight, just like we do it every night.
So for our audio listeners, it's a man stepping in front of a woman. We see the back of this woman, and the man is talking to the woman.
Okay.
From 1999 to 2024.
And he gets on one knee. That's right. Someone proposed to his girlfriend while Limp Bizkit was playing break stuff.
Aggressive tattooing.
Yeah. And if you
where was this?
She has I don't know. It's some festival. She has a Trixie Mattel tattoo. Oh, we'll see
What?
in a second. Oh, it's right there. It's on.
Shit.
It's on
Nice.
the back of her arm. It's like there it is.
Wow.
There it is. Because right now I'm dangerous. It's just so funny that the song is playing while they're having this happy, touching moment.
But they're like 3 miles away from the stage, so there's no way Fred Durst would know.
No.
Are they in Australia? It looks like Outback Jack is standing next to them. Where is this? What is going on? And why they all look like squatter punks? Like, why are they at a Limp Bizkit show?
Maybe it's a festival where like.
Yeah, it's probably a festival.
They don't look too into Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, no.
This is their best song. I mean, let's be
The
honest.
couple certainly doesn't look like they're into the band playing at all. Maybe that's why they picked this interlude, because they don't give a shit about Limp Bizkit at all.
What? What?
And now they start fucking in the middle of the field?
Yes.
Yeah. That's on the OnlyFans.
Oh. In that these are Limp Bizkit's only fans?
Aw. Limp Bizkit, I feel they have they're having quite a moment right now.
It's a shame.
It's the same demographic as the Five Finger Death Punch fans, but they're like 10 years older or 15 years older.
A little more whimsical.
Well, I think there's just new fans, like younger fans that never had the stink of the biscuit.
What is that?
And they have some like people shaming them for liking Limp Bizkit. Like
Oh,
when
the
I was
stigma.
the stigma, I meant, yeah.
I thought you meant Hoobastank was. Okay.
Yes, so did I actually. Are they having a resurgence too?
I don't know if so this was a download festival. This was in England. This was on the countryside of England.
All right.
And Limp Bizkit is pretty big at the download festival, so I could see them being into it.
Maybe there's less of an anti-Limp Bizkit stigma outside of the United States.
Oh, they're much bigger in England. Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
The top comment, proposing a download in the mud whilst Limp Bizkit is playing? Now this is romance.
Wait, so you went from British to French in that one sentence?
Yeah.
Oui, oui.
But not just British, Masterpiece Theater British.
Yeah.
Like
and
Sir
then,
Laurence Olivier.
and then Pepe Le Pew French.
Yes, my dear.
Maurice Chevalier.
This is why I can't go to France. I would just go everywhere.
And then for little girls.
I'm just getting slapped
Oh my God.
everywhere I go.
You like that though?
No, I like to do the slapping.
What was
You'll
that?
never take a turn in the slap box.
No, I haven't.
Slap a box.
Yeah.
Rob's always got to be the top. It's very misogynistic.
Even in
The next video played, which is a
Oh.
drag queen at the top of a double-decker bus,
What?
doing a split, hanging off the edge of it, and then eventually
falling on it.
Maybe. Oh!
Now that is
Ow!
a stunt queen.
That hurt.
Ow! For the listeners,
Not if
Rob,
you have
please
thunder
describe.
thought. She fell from the. She was hanging off the double-decker bus and put her legs in a split position, and then let go and landed on the ground, on the cement floor in a perfect split, and then got right up like it ain't no thing. But
Squirter or creamer?
I was good. Oh my god. Brutal. Ouch.
Jesper adds some context that Limp played Copenhagen here in Denmark, and everyone was surprised at how good it was. Well, look, the musicians themselves are very talented, and they take it seriously. Jesper adds, I'll just say first time, long time. Always love listening to you on my way to work for years. I missed the time when you did the Steven Seagal bit.
Oh, anybody
Was
seen
there-
Richie?
Oh, that. I wondered what bit specifically he meant, or like the Vladimir Putin.
Anybody see Richie?
We're still looking for Richie.
Yeah. And the
One day.
Jadruls. We're looking for the Jadruls, too.
Tell one of your fucking jadruls to come and get it, all right?
What does that mean?
A Jadrul is like a stupid idiot. Like,
Okay.
Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
Oh.
it's the worst. Now, how hard is it to do a Brooklyn Italian accent? It's so easy. He's so bad at it somehow.
But they still made a movie while him doing it. He
Yeah.
got away with it.
It's a great movie, too. It's just like John Malkovich doing that terrible Russian
Oh my
accent.
god.
It just works. It's a perfect storm. It just
Yeah.
works in the context, you know.
Nobody's going to question either of those guys.
Yeah.
Too intimidating a presence on set.
And by the way, also the other people in the movie are doing terrible Brooklyn accents too. Like the guy that goes, what does he say? What did you do? Bust in the joint or something like that? Let me see if I think I have that correct. It's one of the guys he's shaking down. Hold on.
There's nobody upstairs. How would you know? You bust in a jerk?
You bust in the joint. I've never in my life heard, and I lived in Brooklyn all my life. I've never heard anybody say joint
Instead of joint?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
from the 50s. It's like the way there was Brooklynese from the 50s. It's in the
So-
Honeymooners. It's like if you watch,
Oh,
like people from that time and like people
like sandwich?
Yeah, kind of like sandwich or Earl. They used to say a coin would be kern. You know, give me back my kern.
What's Earl?
Oil.
Oh my
Earl.
god.
And the other way around, like you would say oi. Like I'm going to Woik today. But no one said it's like 100 years old. I see it in movies and stuff.
It's like parody at this
But
point.
they put it in a movie in 1987.
That one guy was just an old soul in the neighborhood. He used to talk like that.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, the
grandma
guy's like 30 who says that. You bust in a joint.
There's nobody upstairs. How would you know? You bust in a jerk?
Well, we hope Steve Seagal is doing well.
Well, no, I don't.
did. Yeah, no, it's okay if he's not.
I don't care, is what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah.
wish him ill either, but I don't really give a shit.
That's fair. I guess. Wait, hold on. He was. He recently was in the news. It looks like for. He commented on the Russia-Ukraine war.
Oh,
Oh,
well, of course he would.
He's blamed the West for the war in Ukraine.
I mean, blind squirrel finds a nut occasionally.
Oh, he received an Order of Friendship Award from President Putin.
What is he wearing? He's so weird looking.
He's bowing like he's in China or something.
He doesn't know.
This war that we are currently embroiled in was started and financed by the West
Is he?
This
Well,
comes
he's reading
involve the entire
able
world.
to read clearly.
Off his BlackBerry.
It's
I
one of
believe
those
it is-
foldable.
Yes.
What are those? Like the Google.
Samsung.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So he likes.
But they're
the
just like, we'll give you this
two-screen
award. Just read the statement. It's all good. He's like, all right, sure.
What it like? Look at you could see as the shot is paused. You could see where his wig starts and where the Sharpie begins because it's two different tones.
Yeah, it's
so
it's
crazy.
wild. And the goatee also is just it's blacker than the fucking robe he's wearing.
It's like he doesn't own a mirror.
World in a fight against good and evil. All religions.
A
all
fight
nations,
against good
all
and
people
evil.
should-
We're gonna get rid of both of them.
Let's get
Two,
I'm gonna go.
two extra, only one will leave.
I want to go back. I want to get the full context of that quote.
Entire world in a fight against good and evil. All religions, all nations, and all people should unite instead of being controlled and fooled by the monster of fake press. We need to educate and illuminate all those who cannot see what is really happening.
Why hasn't he learned Russian yet?
You right? He
Yeah.
lives there, doesn't he? Like,
I would love for him to like just do this speech in Russian and have you guys evaluate how his Russian is.
Kyle notes that's not the face that I imagined. I pictured a Steve Buscemi looking guy.
You mean for Putin?
For Putin or for Steve
have
Seagal?
you never seen Steven Seagal before, Kyle? Wow.
I mean, to be fair, like if he's under 40, I wonder what was Steven
But if
Seagal?
I mean, you could Google it if you're curious. The pictures are out there.
I don't blame you, Kyle. Don't waste any time googling
Yeah.
Steven Seagal. You're
Yeah,
in
let
the
us do
right.
work for you.
You're in the right here. I regret knowing what he looks like.
Yeah, fair.
Well, good to see him and Putin are still getting along, though.
Yeah, and they're getting together to obliterate good and evil.
Yes.
Finally, someone's stepping up to the plate. Usually they'll go after one of those two.
Jesper says that he looks like Dracula mixed with a Mexican gangster.
Yeah, he looks like Danny Trejo playing Dracula.
I love the fact that we have a Danish fan saying someone looks Mexican.
we did
We're just
that.
spanning the continents here on this show.
I mean, we had people in Iraq call in and talk about mezuzahs, you know, like we're spreading our very specific niche content all over this globe. Joe Franklin stories.
Yes.
In Greenland, you know, who knows?
We're
Kyle
huge in
adds,
Greenland. It's
he's
true.
never seen Steve in his life. Kyle's got all he needed of Steven in livecast content.
I dream of like people living in the Arctic Circle, somehow making J2 pizza jokes, you know, in their
Probably
igloo or something,
Well,
riding their kayak.
R.I.P. J2.
Jesper, would you try Holodietz?
Oh, well, they probably have a version of that up there in his neck of the woods.
That's a fair point.
Every culture has disgusting food.
Yeah.
And specifically disgusting food in aspic, I found. It's like a universal thing.
Yeah.
Just automatic
yeah.
unappealing.
Jellied
What?
meat.
I think it's just leftovers. Throw them in
Throw them in some jello.
Yeah.
Jesper, are you a chef professionally? He says he's a chef.
Ooh. What's your specialty?
And where do you work? If you have a restaurant, please promote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we fly over, will we get like a tasting menu if we come?
This is what you're worried about. You fucking cheap
Jesper, if you work
Yes.
at Noma, I'm coming to visit. I will say that now. If somehow.
Noma, Noma, yeah. Noma, 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 yeah. Now that's an old meme. Holy shit.
What is that?
That's Numa Numa. I was made it.
Oh, I thought you meant it's an old show meme.
Oh no. Well, we did mention it before
Mm.
years ago. That might be the first internet meme.
Wow.
Rob,
What else
you
we got,
okay?
Robert?
I am okay. I'm loading the next link.
Oh.
Which is so Sharon Osbourne.
Oh no! Wait, let me protect my ears.
Sharon Osbourne. I'm gonna be considerate with it. I don't want to blow out the microphone.
I was just kidding. Blow it out. Do your bit. I will not hold you back.
Jesper responds. I was trained in Italy and I worked here in Denmark for 22 years. Plus, I have a cocktail bar in Tivoli and Tivoli, and wrote 5 cocktail and wrote 5 cocktail books.
Very nice. Good for you.
And he's calling you out. He's saying, "No, man, the big thing here, no
Nah,
man."
that's not a call out. That's helpful.
That's a call out.
I've never been to Denmark, so for me, that would still be on the list of things to do if I ever went to Denmark. Sorry. I think I found Jesper's Instagram, and there's a picture of a dildo on here.
What?
So that's interesting.
So use that to like a ladle, or like a.
Does he fry the dildo or bake it?
I shared it in the private chat. So, Rob, if you want to post this dildo picture, Jesper maybe could explain it.
Let's see this. Oh, okay. There it is. Just a dildo and some beer and some other stuff. What's the purpose of that?
It's all in it's some crazy foreign language.
This might be.
Let's see translation, Rob. So you had a Christmas party with dildos.
Okay.
So it happens.
I see here packing games are damn higgy. Packing game, like packing the dildo into your asshole? I'm really lost.
Higgy, I think that means that's like hygge, which is like their term for like a cozy lifestyle, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Damn. Shit, Sid. You're very cultured.
I try.
It's a raffle of gifts. I'm guessing it's like a white elephant gift.
Wait, you put the dildo in the elephant?
Yes.
You need something bigger than that.
You don't know.
That's like a human-sized peepee. I don't think an elephant
Maybe
can.
The elephant is tight.
But come on, even a tight elephant on the elephant scale, the thing is as big as a 3-story house. It's still probably like tight. It's like the Lincoln Tunnel, probably the tight one. A tight one. I'm saying
a tight. Anyway,
my asshole's way tighter than this guy.
Oh.
I gotta tell you.
I worked at a -6 handicap on my asshole.
I challenge him to a tight asshole contest any day of the week. To be truthful, I don't know what he said. I have no idea. I don't think he does either. I don't think he knows how tight his asshole is. Anyway, moving on.
Oh my god.
Let's not act like children.
What?
Something we never do here on the show is act like children. You know nothing about that.
Yeah. We were above Trump.
So Sharon Osbourne was interviewed by Entertainer Magazine.
Oh, I haven't got. It reminds me, I haven't gotten my copy yet.
Yeah, it's definitely a real publication.
The Entertainer Magazine.
Oh, okay.
That I got. Hold on.
With an exclamation point in the title. God, Rob, come on.
Sorry, The Entertainer Magazine.
Is this from based on the Billy Joel song, The Entertainer?
Oh, and speaking of tight assholes, read the quote at the very top there.
I've tapped it. Sharon Osbourne is in a good place.
Yeah, he's colon.
Yeah.
So this is the cover of the. I guess this is the Phoenix Metro Entertainment Magazine.
Okay.
Well, the reason she was doing this interview, I believe, was to promote an appearance that the whole family was doing at a Phoenix Comic-Con.
Oh my god!
Which 2 days after this interview ran, they dropped off of because Ozzy was feeling ill, which is kind of sad.
I mean, that's going to keep happening.
Well, it's sad that Ozzy keeps getting ill, and it's sad that they keep Joe Bidening his ass out to these fucking conventions.
Yeah.
Because he can't play live anymore, and they're trying to squeeze as much money as they can.
But at least they cancel when he's not up to it, unlike with Joe Biden.
We need more money. Money, money, money. I love money. I don't want to go. I want to stay at home. We need more money. You today, Ozzy, you are to debate Dave Mustaine.
Ozzy, you did so well. You answered all the questions.
In the entertainer.
I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am, Sharon. It's okay. You won. You won. We've got to replace this guy. He's bleeding terrible.
So Sharon revealed she's working on seeing as though Ozzy in real life can't be out acting. She's now working on a cartoon with Ozzy and the late Motorhead frontman Lemmy Kilmister.
See, it's like Kiss, how they're gonna live on forever.
The holograms,
right?
yeah.
So this is the same thing. They could,
or the avatars, they're called.
Both of these guys will be dead for like 40 years. They'll still be running these cartoons.
That's it. Yeah. So she I guess that's what it is. And when asked about it by The Entertainer magazine, Sharon says, they're all superheroes. It's very, very funny.
Yes, it is.
It's irreverent and funny.
It sure is.
Hopefully somebody will buy that and that'll go out. We're excited about it.
Because then we'll get more money.
Exactly.
Sorry, Sid. Go ahead.
That's okay. Hopefully, like Fox Nation picks this up, and then we could do a watch along for the Patreon.
Yes. Then we get money.
Yeah.
Money.
Or X. Did you see that X has like some cartoon by Dave Rubin?
Yeah.
Which is Dave Rubin.
God.
He's a gay man who is like a Republican talking head. You know.
He's a gay man who reliably says all the Republican talking points against gay marriage and stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But he also, the important thing to know about him is that he thinks he's extremely funny, and he's constantly doing material that falls completely flat on its face.
So I saw this pop up on Twitter, and the caption was the South Park of X being Twitter. Legalize humor. Check out this mini pilot of the first animated sitcom on X.
I shit you not. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Ooh.
I wanted to hate watch it, and I couldn't even make it past 15 seconds, but I was like, we have to do a watch along on the show.
Yeah, I will qualify it. I will say it's one of the worst attempts at comedy that I've ever seen.
So really for our audio listeners, imagine a Archie Bunker archetype with a granddaughter, I guess, who is like what the right assumes is a lib, you know, like a radical lib.
Yeah, a woke college student.
Yes.
With like what is that? Like a service dog at her lap?
Yeah, something like that. I think it's his dog, if I remember correctly. I think it's his dog. But anyway,
and he's got an ankle bracelet on for some reason.
Yeah, that's explained. Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, they're in the exact Archie Bunker house.
Yeah.
It's just they're doing Archie Bunker basically.
Modern day.
But it's like if Archie Bunker was correct.
Oh.
Yeah. he's got the gay Bud Light. Gay Bud Light.
Progress. It's the new norm.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm.
His name is Norm.
I'm the old Norm. I want normal beer.
Warning, perimeter reached.
Ugh. It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
They stop brainwashing my daughter that girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
Sometimes they're neither, or both, or furry and dressed like dogs.
Ow! Janice. What's that?
Warning, offensive.
Actually, that is one of my pronouns. Also, they, them, and me.
This is where I tuned out.
Non-binary?
How do you know that word?
I learned it in school.
That's why I'm locked up.
Norm, the judge agreed to conditional parole.
What condition?
Where's my room?
That's
You're
staying here?
Chaz is part of a new government program.
To re-educate homophobic, transphobic, racist.
Charlie, finally, someone normal.
Token black person walks in.
Wearing Washington, like old Washington Redskins merch.
Did
Pre-game
that
change.
just Black Whisper?
Oh, there's a incorrect football joke in this too, by the way. Yeah.
I want to point out though, they are in their own dumb way acknowledging this person Chaz's pronouns at least. Even though that is offensive, but Chaz
they
says
say they're
that they,
okay with it.
they
but the character they invented calls himself that.
Yes.
Right.
You're black.
Did that just Black Whisper?
You're his friend?
And boss. Speaking of, when you coming back to the trophy shop?
As soon as I get rid of this, which means I gotta take in that?
See, I love black people.
Chaz is here to re-educate Norm.
In non-bonery studies.
I'm allergic to dogs.
It's okay. Billy is an emotional support dog and
you were right, Sid.
non-binary.
Oh, okay then. Good dog.
I come here to get away from woke.
Trouble at home?
Oh, my boy, or whatever it calls themselves now,
geez.
is thinking about transitioning.
Reggie?
Try Regina.
Transitioning to what?
Another fumble.
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
There you go. Pause it, please. Would any Redskins fan use a Jets fan as their go-to? Like, they would have said, "Oh, hopefully not a Cowboys fan." Like
Well, I guess it's more about like not wanting them to root for a shitty team as opposed to a rival, I guess.
I just feel like culturally the go-to
yeah.
reference would be a Giants, Eagles, or a Cowboys.
Yeah.
I would never. They don't even think about the Jets.
I love how everyone's child is now non-binary and trans. This is
Yes, that's the other thing that pissed me off about this. There's 3 kids in this, 2 of them on screen, one of them is being talked about. Every single one of them is like on some kind of gender spectrum. Like what they think every child is
because
like
of the indoctrination of the schools, Darren. You understand? They're being brainwashed.
But where are all these kids? Like the vast majority of kids are male and female. There's like some people that are trans. That's how it works. The vast majority are not.
Yeah.
Like, they're just hiding under the sofa from nothing.
Hey, pronoun. This bud's for you.
What the thing that bothers me about this is like they have that bot to call out when something is offensive, but it's like the joke, like so they recognize that they're intentionally being offensive, but the problem is the joke isn't funny. Like the joke is that they're being offensive.
Right.
That's not a joke.
But not even that offensive.
You're being an asshole. Yeah, exactly. No, I agree.
Like if you want to do this,
so lazy.
If you want to do this show, they should have gone like full Gilbert Gottfried, full like Anthony Jeselnik or whatever, and like just be really fucking offensive.
Yeah,
and that'll sell the joke, and it might even be funny. And then I can go, all right, I disagree with where they're coming from, but that was a good zinger, But this is just so
exactly.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
Also, that's so weird. Like, that's the law. Like you're telling him to break the law. Like, don't these people obey the law? I don't understand. Like, in essence, this is now 2 instances of them rejecting the law because Norm himself is unfairly being house arrested because of the trans.
But that's not an actual law. This is an actual law.
But it's also because he threatened a school board member.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Should we go around doing that? Also, why is this guy wearing a pager? What year does this take place in? Now, I'm assuming now. Why does he have a beeper on?
Because he's traditional?
I guess.
Or because they think black people wear beepers? Like that was a stereotype back in the day. So
or like
keeping that going.
like the poker guys that I sometimes play with would say he's wearing an Obama phone.
Oh my God!
But not it's not doesn't refer to black people. To get your mind out of the gutter. It's what they call flip phones, and they call it that because supposedly when Obama was president, he had a program where people on welfare got a free very old style phone for the time, around like 2000.
Well, it's not just people on welfare; it's just anyone under a certain threshold of income could get free cell phone service.
But they were they were really shitty phones for the time. It was already like iPhones were out, I think. So they called them Obama phones because people were walking around with shitty flip phones.
Can't do this.
Yes, we can.
What?
Find a way to break him.
Wow. So
this is the court. And
what? Somebody? This is like who is she? Like the Secretary General or something?
There's somebody that's trans that was famously promoted to a high office.
Yeah, she's in Biden's cabinet.
And who are these other two people?
There's a guy with a dog mask, and then
like a pup play mask. Yeah, I don't understand.
And also,
it's so interesting that they know these references, though. Yeah. Like, it's kind of like you're kind of telling on yourself a little bit. This is a deep cut.
And also, the woman in the center is wearing a Juden star from the Nazi Germany era.
Maybe we can fix the country.
I just want normal beer.
There'll be jokes.
It's still normal beer. The can just has different colors on it. The beer itself has not been changed in any way.
But he can't enjoy it, Sid.
Yeah, I guess.
So that, by the way, was the health secretary, Rachel Levine, that they were mocking.
That sounds right.
Same as the old norm.
The song kind of slaps,
Everything's changing and I don't know when.
It's easily the best part of this thing.
Smoke nightmare will end. Thank God for Elon Musk.
Wow.
Shitpost means X is the home for free speech.
Wow.
I almost forgot. We're going to Disney World.
Make America funny again.
So that's brutal.
We were definitely watching this, right? Like on a Patreon.
Well, was that the whole thing, or is there?
No, that's a trailer. That's like a.
clip. Dear.
Well, that's all that's been released so far.
I don't know if it's exactly a trailer, but it's like a teaser, I guess. It's like
somebody did point out though that this is a direct rip off of a Simpsons bit from 1999, which is All in the Family 99.
Oh wow.
And it's like even the illustrations kind of match up to the people that they're trying to.
I don't remember this.
Mock. It's titled "Homer to the Max."
But what's the joke? Like they made it with
They made it for sincerely though. Like this was a bit that Archie can't handle like being in modern times, and so they took that and made it a real thing.
I saw there was an Orthodox Jew behind him.
Yes. Now that guy has to fight in the war, so he's probably not available to go to Archie's house. Too busy. Now Archie likes him. Before he was annoyed by him. Now Archie's like, yeah, you're one of the good ones.
Archie, I can't come over. I got to go blow up a hospital.
Here's the bit.
Okay.
And at 9:30, All in the Family 1999.
Oh, jeez, there, they got me living with an African-American, a Semite-American, and a woman-American there. And I'm glad. I love yous all. I love everybody. I wish I'd saved my money from the first show.
Oh, that's us.
Buddy, I wish I'd saved my money from the...
Very good. Very good job, Simpsons. What season is that? 47?
And at 9:30.
Well, 99, so that was season 10, episode 13. Homer to the Max.
So it's still pretty okay then.
This is, depending on who you ask, the last good season. Some might say Season 8 was the last season. I think season 10 is the last potentially overall good season. There's a few stray good episodes in 11 through 15, but then then it's all off a cliff.
Well, I've heard from many sources that it's good again. I still haven't checked it out.
Here is a direct source for you, Darren. I've watched some episodes, and I would say 1 out of 5 would be decent.
Right.
And like, look, the ones that they're fine, but it's not. There's not that many. There's maybe like a few good jokes. It's totally different.
I've watched 1 or 2. I can't even really remember them. In the last
they have the most recent season on Hulu, and a lot of them I can't even bother to watch just because the concept sounds so eye-rolly, But if it's a fun concept, I'll give it a shot. But hey, I'm glad those people are working. Harry Shearer can use the money.
Oh God, sure.
Because it's got to be worth $1 billion. Right?
Yeah, and Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
He's a Met fan, so he's allowed. Should get all the money he can. Is he still with Helen Hunt?
Doing?
They're doing good. They're got a winning record finally.
They were buried like dead in the water in the middle of May, and they just went on a crazy hot streak, and now they're like right back in it again.
Yeah, they're on the verge of being in a playoff spot. Very
no,
exciting.
aren't they in a? Maybe.
No, I think they're like they're a game out.
Okay.
But very close. By the end of the weekend, if things go well, perhaps. I don't want to jinx it.
Jesper's inviting us to Denmark. He's saying we can stay at his and his wife's house. Maybe make an episode at the clubhouse. I do podcasts also with famous Danish people and make them food and drinks. The more they drink, the more they reveal in the podcasting.
Sure. Well, you don't have to get us drunk to reveal anything.
Yeah. Do we get to watch you bone your wife?
Whoa.
Valid.
Whoa. And
if
do
we're
you
staying
use
at the
condoms?
house.
Or are we going raw? We're going raw or with condoms?
Why would he use condoms on his wife?
Oh, Rob thinks we're going to also fuck the wife.
No.
No. Well, you might not want to.
Is that your kink, Rob? When you watch hetero couples fuck, you want them to use a condom?
With condoms? Yeah, I don't want any babies coming out of this.
No, it just disgusts them too much to see the contact.
Well, can we
protect that penis
exactly
from women's private parts?
And can we avoid any shots with the vagina in it? Can we just?
So you like Japanese hetero porn where that part is blurred out?
But you could just watch a 5-hour video of grass growing. Like for that, if you're just gonna blur out the vagina, why watch porn?
Yeah.
Do they blur out the vagina or just the penis? I don't remember.
I think
all private parts have to be blurred out. Yeah.
It's been a while.
I mean, I haven't watched straight porn, but I could tell you from the other side.
Even the booty hole.
Oh yeah, any private part, any penetration, and anything like that has to.
And so you still watch it, or you just avoid that kind of porn?
Mostly, yeah. Like it doesn't. I mean, I've watched some because of certain models and whatever, but
you
I pretty
can't
much
see the
avoid
good
it.
stuff.
At this point, no, you still see it. It's the most half-assed pixelation. It's so silly. It's like it's
Pretty
not.
soon
They're not
AI
even trying.
will exist that can depixelate that stuff and recreate what it.
Well,
would
I
look
mean,
like
at this point, there's so much OnlyFans content that it's like the major studios are almost irrelevant.
Do you like support the artists of OnlyFans that you watch, or do you torrent it or whatever, or something else?
Mostly download via not legal means, but I do support the occasional OnlyFans. Throw in a tippy tip.
So how much do you spend on OnlyFans in a month, let's say?
Oh, like nothing.
Small amount.
Yeah. Like I haven't contributed to any OnlyFans in a while.
Okay.
What when you did? What was?
I guess I guess I would probably spend more on ChatterBait than I do on OnlyFans at this point.
How does that?
But only like
what is
for the tokens?
How much do the tokens cost? Like, what's the breakdown? I've never done it myself.
It's basically like 10 cents a token.
Oh, that's it? Huh. Okay.
Yeah. And so.
But you got to give a lot of tokens for them to do anything, though, right?
Not necessarily. Well, some of them have the the Love Ends, which is like a vibrator that is connected by Wi-Fi to the chat. So like every time you tip, it buzzes them.
Oh my god!
And that could be just as little as 1 or 2 to, like there's no minimum there. With that, I would say not even every month, but at most $20 a month, but not even that.
That's reasonable.
Yeah,
That's like some kind of it's like 2 streaming services per month or something.
Sure. Yeah, it's interactive. It's fun.
I thought we were talking in the hundreds or something.
No, get out of here.
Well, you like.
I would much rather spend that on weed. I have other expenses. I have other vices I could direct those funds towards.
Weed is legal. It doesn't count as a vice anymore, Rob.
It's still a vice to me.
You need to buy lots of.
It's my medicine. You're right.
Paper towels after you splooge on this guy. Come out the door. You got to have paper. You got to be a gentleman. That's the big expense there.
But
get out of here.
Yeah. But also, it's
fucking drool.
I would say the peak of my interest in such things has passed for sure. I've mostly moved on.
Same.
It was very, much more fun in pandemic times.
Well,
or
couldn't really get your dick sucked. So.
Hey, it's true. It was weird.
Hey, the song ain't done. Let me tell you a little bit about
the Livecast.
Well, let's talk about speaking of songs. Let's talk about the Livecast playlist. Every week we each pick a song. We throw it on the playlist. You can find it on Spotify. RPL Livecast Music Break. And we each pick a song. There's 690 songs. 690. 690. 46 hours of music. I picked Talking Heads. I'm in a bit of a Talking Heads moment at the moment. I always liked them. Never really dug in too far. My first real obviously, they're big, and you may find yourself in a beautiful hub, blah, blah, blah. I was never crazy about that song, although I do appreciate it much more now than I did as a kid. The first song that really grabbed me was Psycho Killer, and I always thought that was a David Bowie song. But anyway, so I only knew a few singles, but then a few of their deep cuts would come up on my music. Like when you end an album, the music player will play related artists for you. And because I've been listening to a bit of classic rock lately, Talking Heads would come up, and these deeper cuts would show up, and I'd be like, whoa, like, hey, this is my vibe. This is like nerdy, cool music. I'm into it. This is what the geeks and freaks and geeks would listen to. So I've been really enjoying the album Remain in Light, which is, like one of their biggest albums. But a deeper cut from the album, which is Cross-Eyed and Painless. So hope you enjoy that. That's my explanation. Sid, what'd you pick?
Folk Implosion is was a side project band from Lou Barlow, who was in Dinosaur Jr. and Sebado. And they had a song on the soundtrack to the movie Kids called Natural One. That was a bit of a MTV buzzworthy hit back in the day when it came out. It was a really good song. And I've been meaning to put it on the playlist for quite some time because it's a song that still will get stuck in my head from time to time. And
then why haven't you?
It was never on Spotify until recently because they have a new album out for the first time in 20 years. So they put the old stuff on Spotify finally. And God forbid I should listen to the new stuff, but it gives me the chance to finally put Natural One on our playlist. It's a great song. It's the soundtrack to underage kids fucking in a movie. Darren, what's your pick?
Well, I don't know how to follow that up, but the aforementioned New York Mets are in the news because one of their players recorded a song, and his name is Jose Iglesias, and his artist name is Candelita.
What does that mean? Is that something?
Candela means sugar. Not sugar. Cinnamon.
Okay.
I think that's Canela, actually. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's like his nickname. I don't know exactly what it means. But anyway, he recorded a song called OMG, which means oh my God if you're over 50. And it is really catchy, and it's like sort of gospel song. If you break the lyrics down, it's like God gave me all these wonderful things, and then I'm happy. Oh my God, he's thanking God. It's not like, oh my God, I'm surprised. It's like, oh my God gave me all this wonderful
Oh
stuff.
my God.
Right. My God, not yours. But anyway, the Mets all he performed this at Citi Field last night after the Gay Pride Night. And the whole team was on the field, and they did this light show, and they did fireworks. Everyone was having a great time.
It's become like an anthem for the team.
Yeah. Oh my God, how are they in the race after being buried?
And it also sort of means that they can't like trade or cut this guy.
Yeah.
Because he's he's like become this beloved figure. He was like a guy who started out he's sort of like washed for the most part. He's like a guy who got like a minor league invitation at the beginning of the year. And then for one reason or another, he got called up, and he's been useful. But now he's sort of like a mascot for the team, and the song has become like this rallying cry. So like he has to stay with the team for the rest of the season, no matter what happens.
I also just looked it up, and candela means candle, but I always thought candle was vela. So I vela, VELA. So I never heard the word candela. Sounds like a Puerto Ricanization of it, honestly. I'm not an expert, so my Spanish isn't great anymore. But I always thought candela was a candle was vela. I never heard candela. It's like a lot of times they'll just make up words like carro that kind of sound like English.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that. But anyway, his name is Candelita, so I'm assuming it means little candle.
Okay.
Ita in Spanish. You put that on something, it means candle. I mean, no, it means little. Candle.
You get it? Yeah.
I'm all fucked up. Wow. Okay. I hope Trump doesn't come on and
no.
I don't know what the fuck he was saying. He's talking about candles. I don't think he knows what he's saying either.
And Donald, what's your playlist pick this week?
I wrote a song about my 6 handicap in golf. It's much higher than Joe Biden.
My song is about
555, then minus 666.
My song is about the Democrats and their poor views on women's rights. It's dying fetus, abortion after birth.
And my pick is going to be, I was very good friends with this guy when we were younger. Ludwig von Beethoven, very great guy. Wrote a lot of songs when we were camp counselors at the pool in our youth. We were friends with Corn Pop.
All right. And of course, if you want to show your support, show us how much you love us giving you all this free content every week, please subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $5 a month gets you access to 5 years of friggin' bonus episodes. So many bonus episodes, including watch-alongs and listen-alongs. And I fell out of Trump there. Sorry.
We got a new one coming out on Monday that we're very excited about.
We're very excited about it. We're being a little discreet because we don't want to be sued. Don't want to get a lawsuit. But we're doing a watch-along of a Glenn Danzig movie that it's very hard to find, but we found it. We're doing a watch-along, and maybe you can watch it with us. It's not the first one, which we already did a watch-along of. It's the second one. You should watch it. It's funny. All right. And the top Livecast fans of the week, of course, if you really love us, want to show a little extra support, $10 a month gets you a top Livecast fan of the week badge. Get that badge on our Discord. It's true. And you get a shout out at the end of our show. Just right now. How are we doing this?
Your
Darren,
Archie Bunker.
No, I was going to say, Darren, do you want to do it as Joe Biden during the debate?
Well, then none of this is going to be decipherable. These people could all demand refunds.
Yeah. It's like it would be unintelligible.
I think you're Archie Bunker saying what each of these people's pronoun is.
Oh, geez, dear. We'll take turns. You want to do
that? All right. Eric, you're it.
Benjamin, dear. Edith, go get me a beer so I can figure out what Benjamin's pronoun is, please, dear. Dingbat.
Archie, it's did are. His pronouns are is.
And she sound like some kind of French frog over there from French land.
Lando thinks their pronouns are smoked up.
Listen, I don't care what kind of pronoun LaCroix has. I don't want to drink any filtered water. Just bring me a regular beer.
Corey and Scotty H. Your pronouns are Corey and Scotty H.
As you know, Aaron could be either one of those there, two types of things there. Could be a man, could be a woman, just like they're teaching all these kids in school. I don't know.
Archie, who are you, Douglas Everson, Archie? Your pronouns are you. You.
Jan,
You and who? Who are you?
Jan, I really am having trouble figuring out what that is. You got your priests moving in the neighborhood. You got your Jews. You got your Vietnamese walking down the block. Could be any of them. I don't know.
Randy Blood. Your pronouns are Blood. Your pronouns are... Your pronouns are Sukablad.
Padla.
Padolak.
That's the one that got
These
the good one.
idiots.
All right, folks, that's our show. Check out the Patreon on Monday. It was a lot of fun. Patreon.com/RIPL Livecast. Kyle, to quickly answer your question, when was the last time you guys hung out with? No, I hung out with her a few months ago. She's doing great. She's doing wonderfully. Never been better.
She lives in another part of the country right now, so it's hard.
Yeah, so we don't really see her that often. But that's our show, folks. Until next time, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.